nature has fascinated me since before I could even walk. My dad had this baby carrier that he put me in and strapped to his back before hiking in the woods. And I'd sit in that thing just wide-eyed and slack-jawed, in total awe of my surroundings. The birch trees, the chickadees, the crickets. When I was older, we started going on camping trips to New Hampshire's White Mountains. And I remember the drives up with my sisters. We were wiggling with excitement, talking about how we were going to hunt mushrooms and try to catch tadpoles in the glassy streams and stay up all night and try to see a shooting star in the night sky. And a lot has changed since then, but some things remain the same. Here I am again. I'm camping with University of Akron friends just this past August. The thing is, outdoor adventures aren't just a hobby for me anymore. Seeking inspiration from nature is now my job. And that's because I study biomimicry. What did she say? Biomimicry. It's sustainable innovation through emulation of biological systems. And it's based on the idea that evolution has been vetting strategies for billions of years, and natural selection tends to favor high-performance, resource-efficient strategies. So like you guys heard, one famous example of biomimicry is Velcro. It was inspired by how burrs stick to animal fur, and it's a non-toxic adhesive system. So the University of Akron, in partnership with Great Lakes Biomimicry, is offering first-of-its-kind graduate-level training in this emergent field. And the students in this program are all sponsored by local companies and helping them to develop disruptive technologies inspired by nature. So you can see up on this slide some of the companies that are currently sponsoring biomimicry students. And these students are doing really, really exciting work. For example, Daphne is studying the UV reflective properties of eggshells. And her work is inspiring the development of industrial materials that don't degrade in sunlight and building envelopes that reflect incident light, keeping occupants cool so that you can slash the air conditioning costs. Bill, another one of the students, is studying structural color in spiders. Now, structural color is color that's created by nanostructures. Light reflects off of them such that certain wavelengths are amplified. And you don't need these toxic dyes or chemicals. So his research is inspiring the development of vibrant, non-fading paints. And then we have Sebastian, who's studying selectively permeable cell membranes. Cells have channels that allow water but not salt to pass. So he's looking at those principles to create novel ways of wastewater desalination to increase access to potable water. I actually work with Akron-based Gojo. You guys probably know them best as the makers of Purell Advanced Instant Hand Sanitizer, but they're a company that's dedicated to skin health and hygiene solutions. And I'm actually working with them to make their soap and sanitizer dispensers more energy efficient by asking, how do biological systems move fluids? So we've looked at a variety of different models. Things we've been inspired by include how squid propel through the water, or how trees are able to move water and dissolve nutrients against gravity from roots to leaves using just pressure gradients, or how skunks spray their aromatic compounds, to put it politely. We also looked at the heart, which is a multi-chambered circulatory pump, and the heart has elastic rather than rigid walls, which allows it to pump blood to our extremities. So these walls expand to accommodate blood and then contract, pushing that blood onward through the vasculature. So this is a Gojo patented pump that was actually inspired by the heart. So it also has two chambers, and their chambers are separated by a common wall with fluid inlet and outlet passages, so that the energy from one chamber recovering can actually be used to compress the other chamber. And this particular concept is projecting somewhere between 50 and 80% energy savings. And that can mean significant cost savings to Gojo because the batteries are the heaviest component of the dispenser. So if you can reduce battery power requirements, you reduce the weight of the dispenser tremendously, and then they don't have to pay as much for transportation. So seeing the way that biomimicry has galvanized sustainable innovation at Gojo and other sponsors of the University of Akron program has really been eye-opening. Because I think when people hear sustainability, they tend to think of sacrifice. They hear it and they think about, maybe cutting carbon emissions, saving water, but I don't believe that sustainability is about stifling productivity or repressing our impulse to build. I think what it's about is rendering our artifacts consistent with life on Earth over the long haul. And I truly believe that biomimicry is one path forward in that regard. So the future is really in our hands now. We have the chance to rewrite the human narrative starting right here in Northeast Ohio. Our region has been villainized in the past for polluting our rivers so badly that it caught fire. But our past need not define our future. With the leadership of the University of Akron and Great Lakes Biomimicry, our region is poised to become a Silicon Valley-like epicenter of nature-inspired innovation. And the important thing about this is that you don't have to be a PhD or even to be a scientist to join this movement. All you need is a healthy curiosity about the natural world. So this guy, this caterpillar, he actually lives just a few miles down the road in Sieberling Nature Realm. And I encourage you to ask, what are his secrets? What might we learn from his seemingly ordinary caterpillar life? The answers are truly all around us, and it's just a matter of looking. I think that Darwin hit the nail on the head when he said that there is a grandeur in this view of life. From so simple a beginning, endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved. Thank you.